Hi, Robin with Oxy-Dry. And as you can see, I'm using my Orbitech machine today, doing a commercial job. This is a condo building. I've been doing these hallways for about 10 years. I don't necessarily do them every year, but sometimes they'll skip a year. But I've probably cleaned the carpets more than half a dozen times anyway, for sure. It's an olefin, commercial grade. It's not in bad shape. It's getting up there. It's probably at least 15 years old, maybe more. And it cleans up very well every time I clean it. They're very happy with the job. Stays clean, stains come out, never an issue, never a problem. And this is a perfect scenario for using a wheels down orbital machine, which of course my Orbitech is. This is the CX-17 Orbitech, made by Orbitech, and it's probably the oldest. I think it's about the oldest design of a wheels down orbital machine out there, and it's very simple, basic, works perfectly well. I don't recommend it for residential work, but it's ideal for commercial, and I've addressed that a few times with other videos. But I want to talk about why this machine, one of the reasons it has lasted so long. It's 12 years old now, and I've had virtually nothing go wrong with it. I've replaced the bearing twice, I think twice, and the drive block I replaced once. They do wear out eventually. I had a bolt come loose, a motor mounting bolt come loose, and it vibrated in there enough that it screwed up the threads, and I had to have a thread where the motor mount bolts helicoiled, and that's basically all. I've never replaced anything else, so that's about it for 12 years. So this is an extremely reliable and very effective, a very easy to use machine. I like the design of it. I like the ergonomics, and I've talked about that before too. But pardon me. But I just wanted to share with you guys a little secret. Is why one of the reasons, or one of the ways that you can get your orbital machine to last longer, and it's easy to do. Over the years, I've tried many different types of pads, and but my go-to pad now, in almost every case, is actually a Tuway pad. That's what I'm running on it right now. And although they aren't the most aggressive, and they aren't necessarily the most absorbent, they aren't necessarily the most effective. In fact, they aren't. Depending on the job you're doing, they're more than adequate. In this job, they're certainly more than adequate, because this carpet has been consistently maintained, and I'm the only one that's been cleaning it, so it does very well. It's in great shape, really, for the age. So my recommendation is, whenever you can, choose the two-way pad. And one more thing you can do that will help is put a glider underneath it. And I have a glider under this one right now. I'll show you. Notice how easily that just pulls back. Just like that. See? I got a glider. And that just makes it slide so nicely across the carpet, and puts virtually no stress on the bearing, on the motor, and much easier for me to push the machine. And if you don't need to be cleaning with real aggression, if it's not a really that soiled carpet, there's no need to use anything other than a two-way pad, and put a glider underneath it and put less strain on your bearing and on your motor, less vibration on the whole machine, regardless of which machine you're using, whether it be a Mighty or an Orbot, a Vibe, or a Trinity, which is the most aggressive machine out there, of course. And but this machine, particularly with the Tuway and the glider, it just slides across the carpet like I'm pushing it around on a sheet of ice. So that's my suggestion. Many years ago I used to use, because many years ago we didn't have too many choices for pads, but for a while there I was actually using the green stripe pads used for bonnet cleaning, the ones that are, what are they, half an inch or an inch thick or something. And they work, but there's more weight to them, and I think that was a much more stressful on the bearing. That was back when I replaced the bearing a couple of times, was when I was using those pads. A little more stressful on everything. So anyway, that's just a thought. If you want to get your machine to last even longer, that will be one way you can do that. So there you go.